After suffering a spinal cord injury and becoming a quadriplegic, modifications were done to my house to make it more wheelchair accessible. In this video, I show you the modifications that were done to my house. Check out the article that I wrote on my website, livingablebody.com, about the modifications that were made to my house, which is linked in the description of this video. Let me know in the comments what modifications you have made to your house to make it more wheelchair accessible. If you are new to the channel, my name is Mason Ellis. I'm a C5 through C7 quadriplegic, and I make videos to help you live life just like you would have able-bodied. If you enjoy this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. I'm going to be recording this video in a vlog style format, so it's going to be a little bit first person, and I'll just take you along with me. I might also point out some things throughout the video that I would like to get done to make it more wheelchair accessible. Here is my house, and over here is the driveway, which is a pretty long driveway, and it has gravel on the driveway up until this part here, which is now concreted. All of this parking area on the driveway used to be gravel, but we got it concreted to make it easier to roll on for the wheelchair, especially the manual wheelchair, because it would always be difficult to go across the gravel in a manual wheelchair. My wheelchair accessible van, which is a 2015 Toyota Sienna, is in there, and it has the hand controls in there with the ramp. Then here is the two-car garage. Right here is the door to the garage, and there's a lip right there, which is a little bit difficult for this wheelchair to get over. The reason this wheelchair is difficult to get over that sometimes is because of the bolt from the Easy Lock system that locks my wheelchair in my van. It's pretty low to the ground, so there's not much clearance on there. Then connected here to the driveway is the sidewalk, which takes you up to this porch right here. And when I first got home, this is basically the only way into the house we had, besides the several steps that was in the garage down there. Since the step on this porch was the easiest way for me to get in after I got home, we didn't have the ramp built yet because they were still working on things. They had to get a few guys that were helping build the ramp and do construction to modify the house, along with my dad, to lift me up over the step to the porch. And my wheelchair at the time weighed like 350 pounds plus me in it, so it was about a 500-pound lift. Somehow they did it. But now we have this ramp built, and this ramp goes up here and turns. And then this area here is a deck. Got a couple of chairs here. Got two benches that I actually have a video of me putting together, and they fold up and can be combined, jointed together to make a picnic table. But this area is really nice here, especially on sunny days like today, because ever since my injury, I've been pretty much like a lizard and can just sit out in the sun and soak it up. When I became paralyzed, all of the doors in the house had door knobs, and we changed them out to these door handles, which is more like a lever style. So it's a lot easier for me to open and close because it doesn't require hand or finger function. And then I have this rope here, which helps me close the door whenever I come out. I can just grab this rope and pull it, which I have a video on. We did have carpet in the living room, but we changed it out with vinyl hardwood flooring to make it look like wood. Also, there was a rug right here by this door and some other places. But being in this power wheelchair, the wheels would always get caught up in the rug and the rug would bunch up. So I removed the rugs from the floor, at least where I would travel a lot. But there is this rug over here. Hardwood floor makes it a lot easier to roll on, especially in a manual wheelchair. Over here is my room, and you can see that there's still carpet in my room, and it's a thick carpet. I would like to get some kind of flooring just like this in my room. The door to my bedroom was removed to allow me to easily go through here in this power chair and also in my manual wheelchair, because this is wide enough for my manual wheelchair, but you also have to accommodate for your fingers or knuckles on the outside of the hand rims, which can sometimes be difficult. Mainly took off this just so I could get this power chair in here, because the door would stick out right here an inch or two. It just was difficult. Removing it made it a lot easier to get this wheelchair in and out, especially a lot quicker. Here's my room, and I switched out my bed with this hospital bed that we got from somebody we know. I did have an alternating air bed mattress that came with the hospital bed, but it stopped holding air in certain sections of the mattress. So I got rid of it and got another alternating air mattress, and eventually it had the same issue to where it wouldn't hold air in certain sections. So now I use a topper. I sleep on my back all night. Right now I have the hospital bed because it makes things really easy. You can raise and lower the entire bed to make transfers easier, and you can also raise your head or feet to do certain things, like if you need to cath during the night or something like that. Before, I had my dad build this desk here to accommodate for my wheelchair. I had a desk that was really a piece of junk because it was poorly designed and put together by a store, and it had a pull-out drawer right here, and so it was too low for me to fit underneath in this power wheelchair. So we would put 4x6s on the four corners to raise it up and allow me to go in. But now I have this, and it's perfect as far as the height goes. And then I would like to do the same thing as this, put it over here for my TV, so I have like a big L shape, because right now this over here is lower. I have this mirror here, which is just leaned up against the wall, and it's not actually on the wall because I want to get my room painted gray, hopefully. I did get this just so I can see myself in my wheelchair and stuff like that. And then the closet did just have those holes right there, but it was kind of difficult for me to open and close, especially if it was tight. So now I have these handles here to make it really easy to open and close. I have them on both doors. An idea I have for the closet is to move that rack down to where it's more reachable, and then put a shelf above it to where more of this stuff would be. And then here's my dresser, and I still have the same dresser. Using these, it can be opened with my fingers or hands pretty easily, but it could probably be better somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but let me know what you have. My window blind is nothing special. You just raise and lower it by pulling on that. So I'm able to reach that with both hands and then pull it down, and same with pushing it up. And then coming out of my bedroom back into the living room, right here is the couch, and we have it scooted forward a little bit so I can go through here behind the couch just in case, even though there's a lot of space out here. And then over here is the dining room, which has the original floor to the house. And here is the dining room table. You can see down here, we used to have the same blocks that I used on my desk. We used to put those here, but my dad made these to where they fit the bottom of the leg, and so that lifts that up. And then also we have this cutout right here to allow me to get under there and do pressure release if I am eating. Then in the kitchen itself, there aren't really any changes in the kitchen. Besides the refrigerator, we did get a new fridge just because ours was old, but I like it because it has the double doors and they open up like right above my legs. And then down here is the freezer, which is easily reached being in the wheelchair. But to make the kitchen more accessible, I would separate this oven to where it was just an oven itself, and then have the oven lifted up to where it was, about chest height or so, and then just have the stove top built into the countertop somewhere, and then take out the section there underneath the sink to allow me to roll under, and then probably something similar over here on this side to allow me to fix meals or something like that. I would also move this microwave down on top of the counter. Then to the right of the kitchen is this bathroom here, which is the bathroom I used to use. And we turned this spare bedroom into a wheelchair accessible bathroom with a roll-in shower. It has grab bars here, which I really just use for wash rags or towels or something like that. And then there's another one over there and another one there. And it's a roll-in shower, has the hose for washing. And then over there is the bar soap and shampoo. Here is the closet door for medical supplies. And then this toilet here is long enough and short enough for my Zoom SP by Raz Design commode shower chair to go over. Here is the wheelchair accessible sink that allows me to roll under, and for some reason they didn't make this countertop to where I could actually roll under it like I can this sink. I'm not sure why, but it has this 5-inch piece right here that goes down too far for me to roll under. So I would definitely take that out. Then the window blind has this rope thing on it that you pull to raise and lower, but we extended the rope with an additional rope, and it has a washer on the end, which was my idea to keep it there, and that allows me to reach it whenever it is closed, because when it's closed, that rope goes up so far that it's very difficult for me to reach it. So I had that extension put on there. This door here goes to the 2-car garage. That is a little tour of my house, and right now I still live with my parents and plan to eventually move out independently and live on my own. I hope the modifications I shared in this video gives you ideas for modifying your house to make it more wheelchair accessible. Check out the article that I wrote on my website, livingablebodied.com, about the modifications that were made to my house, which is linked in the description of this video. Let me know in the comments what modifications you have made to your house to make it more wheelchair accessible. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you watch another one of my videos.